cheat code in life is when that happens, when you get triggered, when something happens that throws you for a loop or interrupts your flow or whatever it is. Number one, the first thing to remember is even though that's the only thing you can focus on in your mind in that moment is gonna pass.
Does anyone else feel like they were born in the wrong generation? Like, all anyone wants to do is smoke and drink and party, and like all they care about is social media. Like, I want to go on adventures. I want to go climb up a mountain and stare at the stars. I want to go make memories. I want to go on a drive at 3 a.m. and then watch the sunrise together. I don't want to do a bunch of stupid shit that I'm not going to remember. I want to make lifelong memories with my friends, stories that I can tell my kids about. But nobody wants to.
Real big baller, cause I made $1 million and I spend it on girls and shoes. But you don't wanna be high like me, never really know why like me.
What the saddest shit is when you stop talking to someone that you used to talk to every single day. Because all you want to do is text them and tell them everything that's going on. But you can't. Because they don't want you anymore.
Is the truth so important? You know what? Because first of all, it does set you free mentally, and it gives you a starting point. You have to have the truth to have a starting point. So when you, like, if I'm lying to you about who I am, or I'm lying to you about whatever, there's no starting point. There's a false reality. You have to create the real reality. So that's what I call my accountability mirror in my book. That's the real reality. Where the fuck am I going to start from? So for me, I was lying to this, lying about that. So I had no starting point. Once you come face to face with who you are, you have a starting point.
Well, look at yourself one day and you won't know who you are because you don't remember who you were. You know, sometime along the way, or maybe at 13 or 14, we let go of the little person that kept us going. That little person that was always there, I got you, man, I'm here. That person, when we get about 13 or 14, we get embarrassed of him. And we push him aside and we don't listen to him anymore. And he's always knocking. Hey, hey. And after so long of a time, maybe 10, 15 years, you don't even know him. You show up at your own door and you don't even know who you are. Your family doesn't know who you are. So it's important, no matter what you do, no matter what challenges you go through, you remember who you are.
You know, I wasn't always the most confident person, bro. Like, I had rough patches where I was always just, you know, comparing my life to other people's lives, comparing my physique to other people's physiques, just because of social media and stuff. And, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. It would mess me up, and I would just get demotivated from it. But there was a turning point for me where I was just like, why are you thinking like such a fucking peasant? Like, I was like, why are you feeling bad for yourself? I called myself out of my own business. You know, what's the difference between me and anybody else? Like, this guy bleeds red just like I bleed red. This guy feels pink just like I feel pink. The only difference is he probably worked harder than me, so I gotta step it up. You know, and that's when TTD came about. And like, I just, you know, didn't hold back an ounce ever. I always gave it my all 100% every day. But I wasn't even looking at anybody else because I was so focused on myself and my growth. I wasn't even comparing myself. Because of that transition, like, I'm a completely different person now. I just feel like at this point, like, what could have been, what Hattie could have been, he's become. Because I unleashed that potential and I unlocked my potential.
I heard a good quote one time, and it says, to avoid criticism, you do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. Stop letting fucking strangers dictate your actions and what you do in life. Pursue whatever you want.
You gotta be the hardest workers in the room. No one will outwork me. No one. I don't give a fuck who is in front of me. They're not gonna stop me.
It's part of life. You just have to embrace it. One of my things when I first started fighting was like, man, I don't want to get hurt. People were like, oh, and people ask me, oh, when you fight, I can't like it. I don't like fighting. Don't you get hurt? And it's like, that's because they don't understand what we're doing. I don't feel pain when I fight. If I get hit, I don't feel it because adrenaline is one hell of a drug. Pain is nothing. I put myself in the uncomfortable positions in training because I want to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. So pain is a state of mind. It only affects you if you let it.
Don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're gonna do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you.
Things are gonna just go your way? Well, they're not gonna just go your way. You gotta make them go your way. You think things are gonna just happen for you? Well, they're not just gonna happen for you. You gotta make them happen. Each Monday, go make things happen. We'll talk to you later. Out.
I know the art of fight. I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring. Because that's all I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for. And now those days are gone. It's empty. I'm nothing. I'm working on being the art of humbleness. Can you believe in me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss them. Because sometimes I feel like a bitch. Because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just, I hate that guy. I'm scared of him.
What's stopping you? Are you too tired? Didn't get enough sleep? Don't have enough energy? Don't have enough time? Is that what's stopping you right now? Don't have enough money? Is that the thing? Or is the thing that's stopping you, you?
One day, you're gonna look around and you're gonna realize that everybody loves you, but nobody likes you. And that is the loneliest feeling in the world.
Societal expectation of having your life together at a young age. Through media and the expectation of prior generations has caused a lot of us to create a collective narrative of where we're supposed to be at certain points in our lives. Many of us were brought up in the school system where every year we went up to the next grade level, the next step in life. The problem is it's caused a lot of us to develop an expectation of a linear pattern inside of our own lives, which in reality is not how life works. You don't just become an adult when you turn 18. You don't just become a responsible drinker when you turn 21. Life moves in ups and downs, and everyone has their own story. But with social media and seeing your peers and younger people doing so much better than you, it causes you to feel as though you're a failure, even though they haven't had the same lives. They don't struggle with the same issues. It's not exactly the same race you're running. But it seems as though you'll still be judged by those expectations, even by the people who don't even meet them themselves, which makes it really hard to do.
I'm not gonna sit inside of a corporation for 20 years. The time is now. The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
I think a lot of the reason why people struggle to find success is because of the way they view what they do. Like, they view things like, oh, this should happen. When you think about it from that perspective, you're leaving an alternative. You have to change your mindset. It's a must. It must happen. You have to shift the way you think about it. Tony Robbins said it best. Tony Robbins said, if you want to take the island and you're head of the army, you got to burn the fucking boats. Leave no other option. When things become a must in your head, your mindset shifts. It's not, oh, maybe I can do this today. No, it's, I have to do this today. If I want to be successful, I have to make this happen. I have to make this cool. I have to hit the gym at this time. You leave no alternative. Leave nothing else. Leave nothing else on the table. This is what it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. When it's a should, you leave an option outside. Okay, if this doesn't work, maybe I'll do that. I want this bad enough where it's a must. There's no other option. Burn all those fucking boats. I want to be stuck here. Let me suffer here. Let me work here because I'll make it out of here. Don't leave that option. Don't let me think, oh, if this doesn't work, I can take those boats and I can get out of here. I don't want to get out of here. I have no other choice. There's no plan B. So plan A has to work.
This is the real one, baby. I'm telling you.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
And I've been quiet for too long.
Where will you be in your business and your life in 36 months? Not because you hope, because you decide. If there's something you once envisioned and now it's real, it's because you decided there's something you wanted so bad that you unleashed all your desire. You became obsessed with it. You didn't just envision it, you brought so much emotion to it that now it's in your life. It was once a dream, it was once a goal, and now it's in your life. It may have seemed impossible at one time, so how did you do it? You started with a concrete vision of what you wanted, and you focused on it continuously, didn't you? Wherever focus goes, energy flows. So why don't we tap into that power now for your business and life?
The bell rings, what are you supposed to do? Report to your position, right? Your desk. And what you're supposed to do is go to your desk and you're supposed to start doing things on your own, initiate conversations. Is that what they wanted you to do in school? Yes or no? No. They told you to sit down and what? Shut up and wait till we tell you what to do. Which, by the way, was perfect for a 20th century job. They were preparing you at 5 years old so you'd be on an assembly line. The bell rings, you get in your position, you don't talk, you only do what they tell you to do. But it permanently, for most of you, taught you that learning is passive.